Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Karibu katika Gashi's Kama TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. One day in the year 2020, I think it was sometimes in January, we had a meeting with some very close guys who are in government, and they asked me about my opinion. That time, William Samoei Ruto had already started taking a different discourse. Alikuwa tayari ameanza kupiga Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, na tayari mambo ya tagataga ilikuwa imeshika mwelekeo. And I told them one thing, that I don't support William Samoei Ruto. I don't agree with William Samoei Ruto on anything. In fact, we don't agree on anything. The only thing that we agree on is that we are in Kenya. Lakini hakuna jambo lingine ambalo tunakubaliana, especially his modus operandi, his vision for this country, and so many things. But I want you to review to you guys one thing. I told guys that time walikuwa ni watu wa mlego wa Jubilee, wote walikuwa kimuga Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta mkono. And they were for the handshake, by the way. They supported the handshake government. I told them this thing, that William Samoei Ruto, most likely, in fact, I was 100% told them, William Samoei Ruto is going to outwit them. I told them, the way they were handling William Samoei Ruto, he was going to outwit them. He may not win the elections, but he's going to outwit them. In fact, if you visit my earliest video, I think it was the first video I posted, because they asked me if I could even mind going public. Nilikuwa naongea huko chini tu. I posted that video, and I don't know, I can't remember the title, but I posted that video and I told them that message very clearly, something that is there is evidence about it. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this because of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is chasing the weeds. Rigathi Gachagua is sitting on water. Yani anakalia too much. I don't know whether you know the meaning of that. I'm looking at Rigathi Gachagua, and I can tell you, William Samoei Ruto is going to outwit Rigathi Gachagua. William Samoei Ruto is going to vanquish Gachagua out of the political scene. Why am I saying all this? Because I've observed Rigathi Gachagua, and he's making so many blunders. So many blunders. I'm not trying to create a fear kwa wale watu ambao wanamuunga Rigathi Gachagua. Unless he changes the tactics, I can tell you, he'll be outwitted. He'll be chased out of town by William Samoei Ruto. The only person who can chase William Samoei Ruto out of political town, out of State House, is currently Raila Amolo Odinga. That is a sure bet. Raila is a sure bet. And I've repeated that time many times. Nimesema hilo jambo. I don't know. Almost every day I say this. Kalonzo Musyoka, yes, he's a force to reckon with, but he needs a lot of backing. He needs so many things to do. He can make it, by the way, but he will sweat. Before I give a critical analysis of the mistakes that the man of Mandela, the son of Mandela, is making, I want you to listen to his speech yesterday.
I've heard my brother Moses Kuria say, asking the Wakorino church to be united. That is true, because they have unique issues to do with Wakorino. But the unity of the Wakorino does not mean they are uniting against the Catholic Church or against the PCA Church. It's because they have unique challenges ya Wakorino. Alafu Wakorino wakuwe united, AIPCA wakuwe united, PCA wakuwe united, then all the churches of Kenya come together as one solid church. But if we have a problem within one small area, another small area, it will not work. Kwa hivyo rais, sisi tunataka tuseme, the unity we are calling for is the unity of Kenya, but we are doing it bottom up. I want to say, and it's on record, Your Excellency, you know, Governor Susan Keheka knows, the amount of time I spend here in this county, Pale Molo, trying to heal the wounds of what had happened before. In Njoro, trying to heal the wounds and bring people together. I'm a peacemaker and I'm a uniter of people. And that is work, Rais, ukinikubalia nitakusaidia kuunganisha wa Kenya through the bottom-up approach. Tuanzie chini tukiunganisha zizi sote nyuma ya rais wetu. And that we shall continue to do. And there is no conflict. The unity we call for is not against anybody. It's unity of purpose. So that people have unique challenges and peculiar interests that are specific to themselves. So that once they do that, we have one united country.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you listened to the tone of Rigathi Gachagua? The tone is of somebody who is guilty. There is guilt in him, which is wrong in my view, which should not happen when you know what you want. You should not feel guilty. If you have a goal to achieve, go for it. If you listen to him, he seems like he's pleading with the president. That is the first mistake. Pleading means that ni kama umekosea. This is not the way to handle William Samoei Ruto. Number two, he is telling Kenyans that he wants Kikuyus to unite behind William Samoei Ruto. Let me ask you, do you think Kikuyus are going to unite behind William Samoei Ruto? How I wish he is telling them to unite behind him. That is a blunder. That's a big mistake. He should tell Kikuyus to unite behind him, not behind William Samoei Ruto. Kikuyus are bolted out. They are behind, by the way, currently, Kikuyus are behind Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Period. They're behind Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So there's no way you are in a battle, because all said and done, William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua are in a battlefield. Who is going to win the war? Because you see, you can win the battle, but not the war. And that is what happened in the mountain. William Samoei Ruto won the battle of the Mount Kenya votes, but he has lost the war. The war is larger, it's bigger. So, this idea of telling Kikuyus to unite behind Uhuru Muigai, no, William Samoei Ruto, is something that is going to destroy the career of William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. Sio kitu ambacho kitafanyika. Number 3 in my view, if you read the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, there's that one law that clearly states that you should crush your enemy completely. William Samoei Ruto made the same mistake. He had an enemy, but he did not crush him. He didn't. He sympathized with the enemy. He allowed the enemy to thrive. You see, ni kweli, wacha tuambiane ukweli. Sometimes I hate harder than you can expect. I hate harder the more than you can expect. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta made that mistake. And I also pointed that mistake, by the way. I pointed that was a mistake. So, Rigathi Gachagua should not spare any effort when dealing with William Samoei Ruto. If you look at William Samoei Ruto, when he was dealing with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he did not spare any effort. He did not spare him. That's the point. Alikuwa anaonyesha maovu yote ambayo yanafanywa na Uhuru, whether real or imagined. If you look at Rigathi Gachagua, is he crushing the enemy? How can you win without crushing the enemy? That is a big mistake. A very big mistake that is being committed by Rigathi Gachagua. The other mistake that he's committing is that he is too common. He is too available. He needs to be scarce. If you remember the time he hibernated for 1 week, 7 days, everybody was talking about Gachagua. Where is Gachagua? Ameenda wapi? William Samoei Ruto ako pale. But now look at the way Gachagua is struggling even to get transport to go where William Samoei Ruto is. What Gachagua should do is to avoid going where William Samoei Ruto is. When William Samoei Ruto, because I understand William Samoei Ruto this week is leaving to Italy, another Italy. Rigathi Gachagua should not go to escort William Samoei Ruto. That way, he'll be very relevant. That way, watu wataanza kumsikiliza. No, he's also going to create attention. But when he becomes so much available, it is wrong. To increase his political value, he must be scarce. He must not be seen everywhere William Samoei Ruto is. The other bladder that is going to ensure Rigathi Gachagua, I'm telling you, by the way, I want you, maybe you can review this video in 3 years' time. Rigathi Gachagua will be in a political dustbin. And William Samoei Ruto is doing it very much deliberately. The other reason, or the other bladder, the other mistake that Rigathi Gachagua is making is the timing. The timing is wrong. What he's doing should have been done in second term if William Samoei Ruto was to win the election. In fact, he should have waited, aone, huyu mtu atashida. Timing is key. Kama atashida, sasa I'll face him head on. But look here, William Samoei Ruto has all the chances now to remove William Samoei Ruto, to remove Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate. Ako pale, atamuondoa. Sasa ataenda wapi? Because you see, if you replace Rigathi Gachagua with somebody else, okay, kuna wale watu ambao wataamua hawatakuwa pamoja na William Samoei Ruto. He lose some votes. I don't deny that. But William Samoei Ruto could not joke with Rigathi Gachagua, cannot joke with Rigathi Gachagua in his second term, which I know William Samoei Ruto is not going to win. He's not going to win. But when you look at the way the government is amassing a lot of money, kwa sababu hii serikali inaiba pesa nyingi sana, ili when it comes to 2027, they'll be buying, literally buying. And they'll be buying voters. Wao unakuja pale, unabua sasa wewe, Cassius Cayman, takupa hii na hii. Though you cannot buy me, by the way. Cannot. Wezi. You know, there's some things that you can try, but you cannot make them. Cannot succeed. Because I have a conviction that Raila Amolo Odinga knows, in fact, my principles, my ideologies are very close to Raila Amolo Odinga and Martha Karua, especially Martha Karua. So what I'm saying here is that Rigathi Gachagua is making so many bladders, and another bladder he's making, he's just focusing on Mount Kenya. So it's a problem. Let him focus, parts of the country. Mount Kenya cannot make you a president. Mount Kenya alone. Okay. Charity begins at home. Politics local, you don't deny that. Politics tribal, we don't deny that. But it is also important to cast a national image. Kwa sababu ukiangalia Gachagua, kile ambacho anafanya ni kwamba anatokea kama the DP for Mount Kenya. Yes, it's a blunder, it's a mistake. There are so many blunders that he's making, and that is why I'm telling you, Rigathi Gachagua is headed to a political dustbin. I could be right. I could be wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, there are other issues that we can discuss. I'll give another issue, something that I want us to discuss. I want, maybe let me get all the information that I have. But I think it is important. I don't know what you think. But if you ask me, Raila Amolo Odinga remains the best bet. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.